What's it like to sleep in a camper van in China in a car park? Well, this, actually. Because I have myself a brand new camper van from a company called Yuncheng, that company. They are based in Hainan, and they asked me to fly out to Hainan to see some of their vehicles and then potentially work together. It was a pretty fun trip. We went and toured the factory, and then we went to their showroom, and we had an introduction to how the cars are made, all the way from when they buy the car, and then they go through and fit it out step by step. And then by the end of the trip, this company Yuncheng said they were interested in sponsoring, or at least providing a vehicle for my 5-month road trip that I am about to embark on tomorrow. So in December last year, if you've been paying attention, I posted a video in a camper van and said that I was planning to start a road trip around China for 1 whole year on the back of a van. And then what happened was I went back to Australia in December, and my brother, who loves comedy skits, said we should just start posting some comedy skits randomly. And the first one I posted went completely viral. And the second one I posted went completely viral. And the third one, and the fourth one, and the fifth one, everything was blowing up. My whole phone was blowing up. My inbox was full of brand deals and all this sort of stuff that I hadn't even I'd never really had that sort of situation before. And I don't know, I was kind of high on the dopamine rush from it, and parked those plans for 7 months, it seems. Here we are in July. Can you believe it's July already? Far out. I'm currently in Xiamen, and I am going to be starting my trip tomorrow. I think my first stop is probably going to be Nanjing to see a couple of friends who you may or may not know, because they are also social media peeps. And then maybe stop in Shanghai because I need to renew my driver's license, and then I'll be going to Qingdao for a beer festival because us Australians love our beer. So very excited for that. And then I want to try and get to Neimenggu, Inner Mongolia, and then maybe Xinjiang, but Xinjiang's all the way over the other side of the country, so I will see how we go. And I'm filming this because on this trip I want to I've noticed something about myself, and I've come to terms with it. And it is, I'm a really slow editor of videos, of long form videos. They take me forever. So I've come to terms with it. Instead, what I'm going to do is film these little things where not too much editing, just throw some subtitles on it, get it out. Because I really want to do live streaming, but I don't want to live stream on all the platforms. There's Chinese platforms, there's Western platforms. Chinese platforms are quite restrictive with live streaming, and then the Western platform, I don't know, this is probably the closest thing that I can think of to live streaming, which is filming it, editing it the next day, and uploading it, right? And that way I can get some more currency on this trip for you guys. And that offers me a few benefits. One of those benefits is I can listen to your comments and then adjust my plans based on that. And the second benefit is I can tell you where I'm going to be, if you're in China, that is. I can tell you where I'm going to be, and then I would love to actually meet up with some of you guys. So I'll tell you I'm going to be in this coffee shop on this day, which I'll figure out in a sec, and I'll post it at the end of the video. And then come meet me, come say hi. I mean, the worst that can happen is no one shows up, and I get a day of editing done anyway, and my ego gets bruised, which is fine. 5 months on the road, 5 months camping in this baby. I actually love this car. I'm getting vibes of when I first started car camping, because this is the first night that I'm going to sleep in this car. And I'm doing it, not many people car camp, but if you are a car camper or thinking about car camping, I don't know, you actually probably don't call this car camping now, you just call this van life. Yeah, this is probably van life. I've upgraded from car camping a little bit. Anyway, make sure you camp your first night right next to places that you're familiar with, and you can go buy stuff if you need it, because I already have found like a million things that I need that I still don't have in this car, although it is decked out pretty well. This is so cool. So you can actually, like, if I pull this down, ooh, so you can actually sleep up here. Problem is, up here has no air conditioning. I mean, I could just open these because, yeah, it's kind of like turns into a little tent. You close this, but all the air conditioning's down here. And Xiamen, super hot right now. So we'll wait until we get a little bit further north to test out the old above car tent. Until then, it kind of just like functions as like I can just fully stand up here, you know. So anyway, it's all set up, and I spent today kind of like going through and calling them up and trying to learn as much as I can about this car. Kind of makes it a little bit difficult when it's all in Chinese, but I think I've got my head around it. It also has a toilet here, which, to be quite honest, I probably won't use too much. I might just like, probably going to use the sink. There's a sink here. Just brush my teeth and whatever. Maybe go to number ones. I don't know if I'll go number twos. Probably, we'll see. I don't know, when you gotta go, you gotta go. But I'm parked, like, there's literally a public toilet like 5 minutes walk, not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes walk down the road there. And in China, public toilets are everywhere. I've got my toilet paper. I can do me old squat. But yeah, anyway, this is just a random video that I started taking because this is going to be the first night that I'm sleeping in this car, and I guess wanted to tell you guys that I'm starting a massive road trip. So yeah, that is what's going on, and that's it. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to test out this this quite comfortable bed. I'm super pumped for this trip. Super excited to film it all and show you guys what I get up to. Good night. Alright guys, before we finish the video, it is the next day. I am sitting in the van editing the video, and before I finish the video, I wanted to say that I will be in Nanjing. Actually, I'm going to be there today, but I will be at this Starbucks on the 13th of July, which is a Monday, from 1 p.m. till 5 p.m. And I'd love to meet you guys. Come down, say hi, that'd be really cool. And also, if you have any comments on my itinerary from Nanjing, Qingdao, Inner Mongolia, over to Xinjiang, I don't know, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you think of that itinerary, if there's any other stops that I should stop at on the way. Actually, specifically, if there's anyone out there that does car camping or van life and can recommend cool campsites, I'd be really, really interested in that. Other than that, I will see you in the next video.